Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special rendition of Interstellar Dystopia. We are at session 7, ladies and gentlemen, and when last we had met, some unusual events had taken place. So, allow me to rewind time. It was a dark and stormy night. All upon the Martian surface, the undead were crawling. None were stirring, aside an unfortunate soul deep in their lab. Various pieces of mechanical and engineering prowess whirring. Experiments run a wild, random beeps and blips electronic, as Dr. Ferrum is working on his latest experiment. Though unfortunately due to this, let's just say, lack of paying attention at the lab, well, the unfortunate has come. He wasn't paying attention to one of his more unstable elements. And before he has a chance to blink, the entirety of Dr. Ferrum's facility and labs are awash in a stream of radiated energy. Before he even has a chance to react, his body is atomized. The very surroundings of his lab turned to slag and molten dust. All that is left is a singular beeping machine that fades into the distance. While this is occurring, we have our players in some various locations. We have Celine and Celestia off on the Martian surface at a bioengineering facility dealing with possibly cloning. We have Sir Bell in the form of a bear, I should say, with Louis and Jack Blackman on the surface of Venus after receiving a cryptic message to head out and do some exploration. And that is kind of the setting we find ourselves in today. I will start with Sir Bell. Sir Bell, currently, you are in two places at once. So where would you choose to direct which part of you is active? The form of you that is attached to the bear, or the form of you that is attached to your body?
I want to start with the bear first.
All right, so our little mental eye in the sky is clear upon the surface of Venus, where two gentlemen and a large anthropomorphic bear covered in various pieces of machinery and technology, an android of sorts, is walking along. There seems to also be an android-style orangutan and a long kind of cobra made of various pieces of metallic interface. But we find you with your allies on the surface of Venus. It is drastically cold. Powdery snow is everywhere. Your telemetry data inside the bear is telling you that it is getting colder by the moment. Only the very composition of your body and your allies' space suits is what is keeping them safe in this dangerous environment. To start off, would you kindly give me an investigation roll? And let's see what it is you see. So if you would, hit me with your investigation. Remember your bonuses. DM is getting his good die. DM rolled a 3. Good start. Good start. On that 11, you notice that there's a pair of very faded footprints. Not long into the snow, but just enough that some of the falling is starting to fill it in. And it follows along a ridge that goes somewhat ahead of you to the north and then cuts kind of to the west. You can see that these footprints follow along in a steady rhythm. Only one set is seen.
I'd like to follow them.
I see. Do you choose to interact with any of your allies, or are you going solo?
I would. I guess the bear has the same functions as I would. So yeah, I would communicate that I see tracks of sorts or footsteps.
Understandable. You kind of easily indicate with your body that there's tracks. I'll say that Louis would have advantage on seeing it if he were to do a check when the time comes. But you're the first one on the scene, and you notice that this bear body you're attached to has scent recognition, so you can very easily track those footsteps, even if they start to get a little faulty. So it's my understanding you're going to follow off into the distance?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll say that your allies are walking with you at a very slow pace, you leading the pack a little bit, Sir Bear. It's about 5-10 minutes worth of walking, very slow. You hear the crunch of the snow beneath your paws, the slight dig of your claws digging into stone beneath the snow surface. It's almost like a staccato click of each of your paws as you walk. For a couple of moments, things seem peaceful, just the falling snow, the sounds of various meteorites crashing along the surface of the planet, but it's such a distance that they're not bothering at this stage. it's not long before you come upon something unusual. Please, roll for me an insight. Oh, that's a nat 20 from the DM. So I hope, I hope you roll
25.
high. Had a feeling.
I have a
On
plus
that
8.
25.
And insight.
Oh, yeah. On that 25, you recognize that one set of these prints, as you're watching and you're looking, you have been studying the various databases back at Sahara Complex. You've had all kinds of information on various types of undead. And you know that there is a 6-armed spider-like entity that is on this planet. Now, that's a surprise to you, because to the best of your databank, no other planet has logged seeing undead as of yet. You know this to be a crawler rad.
Interesting.
As you follow the print, there's a hole down into the icy surface. Kind of like a tunnel, if you will. Large enough for your bare form to fit.
I'll go through it.
As you cross over the threshold and you slowly start to enter the tunnel itself, you have a very unusual sensation ripple through your body. You're half electronics and half flesh in this form, right? You are not used to having biometric reactions. You're not used to having organic feeling going through your frame. This is enough to disrupt your natural flow for a minute, and you see the nature of the bear flash behind the eyes before you are back in control again. Something about this space calls to the wild within the bear. Something for you to keep watch of.
Okay.
What do you choose to do from here? You've just entered the tunnel. It's still a little distance. Your bear form does not have great night sight, but you have low light sight.
I would like to... Okay, I know I'm a bear.
Right.
But could I roll stealth?
You're going to try and be a stealthy bear? I mean, I'm not saying no. Are you going to... Okay, so in your bear form, you're going to try and dip low into like a crouch. You're going to try and tiptoe through the snow and ice. I love that. Difficulty challenge in order for you to sneak as a bear. That's a 17 for the DM. So you're going to need to roll 17 or higher on a stealth check in order to be stealthy as your big bear form.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. I got a 7.
No, you're doing your version of stealth, where your body is just too big and it starts rubbing against the wall, but you think no one's paying attention.
I'm good.
Like, you're even humming yourself. Like, you can just hear this deep guttural bear noise as you're like humming some tune that Sir Bell remembers from being on Terra, right? But it's just coming out as various growls. Not very stealthy at all.
Perfect.
I love that. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. Then we will pop over to our second player, Tyrus. Now, Tyrus, when last we had been together, you had stayed on the Martian surface in order to basically be monitoring and security for the Sahara Complex, as that was your original position when you were hired, was to be for security. You stayed behind on the planet to act as reinforcements for Celine and Celestia that had gone exploring. So currently, you are back at the main HQ, the main complex of the Sahara. My question to you is, where do you direct your mind? There's many parts of the complex for you to explore, and you've only gone to so many. So, where do we find Tyrus headed today?
Is the armory still up? Is it still?
Oh yeah, you are literally still near the armory. Like, you can get access to it.
I'd like to go over there.
All right, I would say it's going to take you probably a good amount of movement to get there from where you are. So, I'm going to need you to take me a dash action, because you're going to have to go down one of the main corridors to enter the armory. It's only been recently opened when some things were fixed on the facility. So you have no idea what condition it could be in when you get there. So, you willing to use your dash for it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically take off running high speed, almost like thinking, if I get to that armory, something good could happen. Maybe something will. Roll for me an investigation as you come barreling down the main corridor, headed towards the armory, where you see the electronic doors just starting to open, registering your presence.
13.
Roll better than a 16. Yeah. Okay, so on that 13, you do not have enough time to react, as a blinding light is seen from inside the armory. You are taken aback, but as your eyes slowly readjust, you're rubbing them, you're trying to get the bright flash out of your eyes. It's not quite what you're expecting. Yes, there are rows of weapons. There are ammo boxes. There are various pieces of armament. But there's also a raging fire inside the room, as if a nearby attached area has now gone critical or caused some sort of damage. You may need to sequester the fire down in order to investigate. But do you choose to? Where do you find your mind? Do you go after the fancy weapons and armament? Or do you go after the damage? Do tell us.
Knowing you would probably hide something quite valuable back there. So if I could summon my gauntlets and use like spray some water on them, like watering some flowers,
Absolutely. No issue. You're very easily able to materialize your gauntlets as a quick action, basically using quick draw. I would say that the challenge for you to put out the flames that are nearby attached area of the armory, otherwise known as research and development, that's a 19.
Christ.
I will give you advantage on this, so you can re-roll if you don't roll high enough.
Thank God. Because I got a 14 beforehand. We got a 24.
All right, so your re-roll would give you the 24, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. As you have used your advantage, you kind of grab at your gauntlets, trying to adjust the pressure to make sure the water is just right. You realize these flames are raging. It's pushing all types of propellant around. But you manage to dial in the pressure just enough. You start blasting at the base of the fire, and you're beating it back. Steam is filling the facility. The smoke alarms are going off. That's when the vents start kicking in, pulling in massive amounts of this smoke directly up into the ceiling and away to the surface of the planet. And that is where you start to see most of this area has been reduced to molten slag. And you see a half-stretched arm made out of plant-like material and rusted metal sticking out at an unusually decisive angle. Do you choose to investigate?
If I could very carefully, extremely carefully, like grab and trying to pull it out like pulling a person out of rubble.
I understand that. This will be a strength check.
Oh God.
That'll be a 15 from the DM as a challenge. So you would apply your strength bonus on this one.
That should be easy reps. All right, we got a good old 19.
Oh yeah. On that 19, you had absolutely no issue. You start to pull on the arm, and it's resisting you for a minute, right? You can feel the weight not quite going the way you want when suddenly you pull away, and there's just a disconnected arm, dying plant life attached at the end, looking putrescent and petrified. And when you look into the hole, you see that there's nothing more than an atomized skull imprint. There isn't even the skull or the body. It's the imprint left in the molten metal from where it once stood. You have found the remains of one Dr. Ferrum.
No, not my boy. I'm just gonna drop the arm, put my hands up, and walk straight back to the arm and load up on our grenades and ammo and all that.
Not an issue. I'll say that you very easily grab a bandolero that has 3 ionic pulse grenades. You manage to grab an entire box of ammunition necessary for your quick draw on fires. I'll even say you managed to grab a pair of exo armor, which will allow you to walk on the surface and breathe air. It has a recyclable system in it for recycling your own carbon for air. You can equip it if you need to go to the surface. It does nothing for your AC. It's more aesthetic.
What about the grenades?
But, you have 3 grenades, okay? On your bandolero, you have 3 ionic pulse grenades.
Okay. Could I not find any more? Can I do an investigation for those?
I will allow you to do an investigation roll to see if you can find some more.
Alrighty, 1 second. We got a...
That's a 7 from the DM.
14. Double just.
Yeah. All right. You managed to find another 3 ionic pulse grenades, but most of the ammo crates that are listed as grenades seem to be empty. Like, you've managed to scrounge through a couple of them and find one here and one there. It's like somebody had been through here recently and rummaged through a fair amount of material. You can see there's far less ammo boxes than would normally be stacked, and there's a long rifle missing from a glass embankment on the wall.
What is Mando's rifle? What is... I don't really have anything else to do, so I guess I'll end my turn.
All right, once you're into your turn, you're going to slowly make your way out away from the armory as you've managed to load up on a good amount of gear. We'll say you're making your way towards the main foyer. Okay?
All right.
That'll bring us to our third player. Louis.
You on that way?
Louis, you are on the surface of Venus, following behind your ally, Bear Bell, and dealing with a straggling behind Jack Blackman. He seems to be lost in thought, contemplating currently. But you saw your ally, Bear Bell, go into almost like a Warren-style hole in the snow and ice of Venus. Do you choose to follow? Or what really do you choose to do? I'm ever so curious.
I look back. Hey, Jack, come on, man. I know you got a lot on your mind, but vámonos, come on. Gotta follow your big teddy bear, Mr. Tin Can.
He kind of tilts his hat towards you a little bit, silently agreeing to follow, but not verbalizing. Almost as if he's continually lost in thought.
Man, you grizzy old bastard. It's always about me. Always about me. Man, if I had a chance, I'd put a bullet through your skull like I wanted to back in cadet class. I follow the bear.
You follow the bear down into the warren. Beautiful. I'm going to need to do dexterity save. That's also a 7.
I got a 9.
Not even an issue. You kind of notice that there's like some rocky, kind of gross out of ice and various minerals on the floor. You're able to sidestep them easily, but you can hear off in the distance an almost like grumbled sounding song of some sort, as if the Bear Bell is singing and doing things. They're not very stealthy in this hole.
Hey, bear, what the fuck you doing?
Shall I put roleplay on the clock for you too?
Yes, sir.
You got it. 4 minutes of roleplay time. Stopwatch begins now. Have fun, boys.
Hey, Yogi, what are you doing? Hey, Yogi Bear. Hey, Boo Boo.
Huh?
What are you trying to be? Your big ass ain't stealthy. I'm talking to a damn bear. I'm losing my damn mind.
I'm messing with you.
Oh, there we fucking go. Now you speak.
Yeah. This cave seems to have problems with my new physical form.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. You're half bear, half cybernetic. What do you think is gonna happen? Gonna be wanting kinetic force and honey boo?
It, for lack of a better term, yes. It does feel like this cave is having, or this location is having certain effects on the instincts of this beast.
Well, what do you see? What can? Because I know you got like the cybernetic crap where you can see like further into the distance.
Let me see. Shay, do you mind if I do a perception?
I'm at pause on the clock. I do not mind if you do a perception check. Please do so. The challenge to overcome to get any information for you and your ally. That's a nat 20 from the DM. Heck, what in the game?
I'm not being that way. Not again. 13.
I'm afraid your eyes, though they are used to being a bear's, you are not used to activating the flesh side, and the cybernetic side is having issues readjusting with your programming. This bear was made after you were, so your processor is still not quite compatible with the tech, but you are learning to work with it. Time is returned now.
I am having trouble. If I am being 100% honest, it seems like I'm not quite accustomed to this.
Hijo de puta, I should turn you to fucking scrap metal right fucking now, but I can't because you're a fucking bear and you got strength. God damn it.
I know you can't. No puedes esconder tu lenguaje de mí.
Órale, cabrón. Sí, vale.
Anyway, you do have a point. However, I would never. But I do suggest we try to find what is making me act this way. It could be a danger if the bear half takes over.
Well, I got my lion. I got my tiger, whatever the fuck it is. Don't worry. And what's up with your boy Jack?
He seems lost in thought. I thought you would know him better. I assume you knew something was going on.
I do, but when we were back, he was always that gruffle, quiet. Well, not really quiet. He was more of a tight ass type guy.
It's rather confusing. He's awfully quiet. He is not often like this. I wonder if all the back-to-back incidents of his memories flooding back to him have finally caught up.
Either that or he's got dementia. Okay, let's just keep going.
Perhaps.
Beautiful, gentlemen. Beautiful. Louis, as it is your turn and you are walking with the bear bell down into the tunnel, would you roll an insight for me?
19.
Do better than a 6. Yeah, I rolled a 6, dude. Like, you didn't even have to roll high. You're just like, I'm going to overachieve by X amount. All right, so you're following the way that Bear Bell has been like moving his way through the tunnel. You're watching the way that he's stepping. You're avoiding the same time the stalagmites are coming out of the ground. No issues. But you start to get this bad feeling in the back of your head that something is not right. Something is very not right. Now, you have not gone so far. You cannot see the end of the tunnel, right? Like for where you first came in. As you look back, contemplating, trying to see where Jack is, all you hear ring out is a loud cracking noise, like the fire of a rifle, and a dull thud.
Jack? Jack?
There is no answer. Do you choose to make your way?
I choose to turn back around. Well, turn my head around.
All right. You are turning towards the entrance of the door. You have enough time to see there's a little cloud of smoke outside the entrance to the tunnel. You cannot see clearly through the smoke. It's as if a snowstorm of some kind or suddenly hit, or something much worse. Would you roll for investigation to see what it is you actually see coming back out to the entrance of the tunnel?
I got 18.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. Oh, it hurt. It hurt. I didn't want a 1. Why? Why, dice? Why? Okay. On your more than successful roll, put your hand on the outside of the cavern entrance. You pull yourself up through the hole, and your eyes widen in horror. Before you is a large creature holding this massive cannon-like structure. It seems to be covered in white fur. It's about, easily a good 4 or 5 foot taller than you. It's about a 12-foot entity. Large hands, large feet, snarling, dripping some type of, you presume it to be saliva, but it's literally melting the snow near it. And on the other end of that giant cannon blast is a body, decked in black leather, with a giant hole gaping through their chest. A black hat copped off their head from the impact. A pair of blasters laid in the snow, far from reach.
God damn it, that should have been my fucking job. I'm gonna take a hat.
As you go to move towards the body, the giant entity, decked in white fur, releases a bellowous cry towards you. What is your constitution?
My constitution. Hold on, real quick. 14.
All right. DM rolled a 19. As the bellowous roar kind of crashes into your body, you are hit with a physical sensation that you need to GTFO immediately. You have taken the fear action and are moving 15 feet away, back into the hole where you just came back out. You have enough time to turn back around, keep your eyes wide. Yep.
I just look at him. Hold on, cabron. Let me grab his hat real quick. And then I run back.
Okay. I will allow you to pull a sleight of hand to see if you can grab the hat. The challenge to beat above the DM is a 16. Because you're literally in a fear reaction.
Thank God. 17.
Right. Normally in a fear reaction, you're forced to take it and you have no other action on the table. But I will allow you to grab the hat. You have it. You have the black cap with the red feather on its brim.
Oh, I just rip out the red feather. Don't need the red feather.
No problem. Feather's gone. It's laid on the snow almost like a bloody memory, if you will, or a memoriam. But you have the hat.
I put it on and I run.
Yeah, you're running into the hole after Barabelle. As our perspective pops over to someone very special. Deep within a forest, in another time entirely, a young individual casting magics has managed to cross lines of power that they never should have. Where once they were amongst their glowing stalk and starry night, with the entities both peaceful and warlike everywhere. They now find themselves slowly awakening in a medical bay, in a facility surrounded by advanced tech long beyond what she's seen before. Morgan, you come to, having regained consciousness, on this unusually soft bed. Unlike anything you've had before, because normally you're used to building, beds out of stalks and reeds. This is some type of synthetic material. It feels soft to the touch. The whole place smells of stagnant air. No nature. No sounds of the wild. What do you do? How do you take in this new environment? I'm ever so curious.
Where am I? Describe.
Reasonable reaction?
Describe my surroundings.
Please roll for me an investigation, if you would, to see what you learn of your surroundings. The challenge to beat is an 18 from the DM.
19 on the die.
Oh, don't forget your bonuses for future. The higher over you do, the better information you get. But you definitely passed the check. So your eyes, you kind of slowly blink for a couple of times, like trying to process everything. And that's when it starts to click. This place is filled with technology. Stuff that is way beyond you've had interactions with. Like, you're used to the magics, you're used to the wild, you're used to literally having to bend around entities, firing all types of magics. And yet, there's soft beepings of technology. There's little robotic entities moving all around the building. You're in a med bay, to be precise, as there seems to be a cool bowl of liquid, water to your description. Nearby, as if someone has been laying these claws across your head, you see a small medical droid tinkering with what appears to be some cloth and material. It seems as if when you arrived, some of your attire had been damaged, and a few of the droids have taken the time to repair it. They hand you back your gear, silently, just waiting for you to accept.
I kind of look at them puzzled, and I hold my hand out to receive my things back.
They hand you your attire, they hand you your quiver, they hand you your belt lap with your weapons. All of your gear is returned. You're able to easily equip them. Taking a couple of moments to duck into one of the privacy stalls nearby, you notice that you could easily get refreshed and armed, so I'll allow you to have your weapons and everything equipped. As you are in what is known as the main area of Complex Sahara, you kind of are slowly taking in your surroundings. The droids have been bustling around, coming from major doorways in and out of the area. You see that they're labeled. One is main foyer, one is solar fields and grain fields, one is water condenser and storage facility. And you see one, research and development and armory. Where do you choose to go?
Research and development.
All right. It's going to take you a fair amount of movement, but you find something unusual as you were in this space. As you step, you kind of float in the air for a couple of seconds before coming back down. On a quick jump forward, you are gliding through the air. It's as if gravity does not work here the way that you're used to. Your movement is doubled and your dash is doubled. So it won't take you very long to head towards research and development. You stride into the main foyer of Complex Sahara. You're seeing the welcome signs, various video screens showing informational things about the complex, things like come to the armory for what you need. The new future is here at Sahara Complex. Be sure to join us on our journey. Various pieces of information, PR stuff along the way. You come upon a hallway that smells of burnt ozone, the smell of burnt forest. You come upon a young man, as a matter of fact, making his way away from such. You've never seen this gentleman. He's not seen you. But you do indeed see him approaching. Do you choose to roleplay or do you choose to bypass?
Roleplay.
I will put 4 minutes on the clock. Tyrus, front and center. Have fun, you two.
Just gonna say before we get into this, I fucking called it.
Sorry. You there. Can you tell me where I am?
Well, you're in the facility. I can't really remember the name for the life of me, but basically my workplace. Never mind that. It's no longer anything now.
What can you tell me about this place?
Not much, really. I mean, I guess there was a big monster, and then a star fell from the sky. Kind of blew up the place. But other than that, there's nothing really major I can report.
Can you get me out of here?
I'm trying to do that myself.
You don't know where the exit is?
Well, I was planning on looting around for a little bit, then find my ship, and then, move around planets like I used to before this.
Move planets.
Yeah, I was a bounty hunter.
Where are we?
Time is paused. Question for the DM on the table. Yes?
What's the planet's name? I forgot.
You are currently on Mars in the Milky Way galaxy.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Time has been resumed. And just so you're aware, the space at which you were employed is known as Complex Sahara.
Okay. We're currently on Mars, Complex Sahara. That's what this place was called. But I'm not sure anyone can call it that anymore.
Mars. Oh no. I don't know where that is. I'm from Evernight. Do you know where that is?
Evernight. I can't seem to recall, no.
Oh no. We can find the exit after you said loot. Yes, I will. I think I'm better off with you. I will just follow you, if that's okay.
All right. That's completely fine. If you follow me this way, lunchroom's down here. I was planning on stocking up on food, then heading out.
Hey, hi. Lead the way.
Beautiful. You've fallen to step behind Tyrus as he makes his way towards the general commissary. What else would you like to do, Morgan? As this is your first time in a new environment, there's a lot for you to explore and interact with.
Perception check of my surroundings or an investigation check of my surroundings to get a better handling of the area.
Absolutely. Whichever one you have the higher benefit or bonus in works perfectly fine for me. Challenge to overcome is the 13. What an interesting number to roll on the dice.
That's a 28.
Oh, smashed it and beyond. It's almost like you've never been in this place before, but certain things are starting to make sense. You've been in a number of villages, you've been in a number of settlements from the wild. Certain things about, controlled life is starting to make sense. So the whole entire thing is laid out in the shape of a central pentagon with tube-like tunnels that lead out into various sections. As you're following Tyrus, you're in one of these tube-like structures. It is completely opaque, meaning you can see through it, and you see the stars beyond. None of these are constellations that you are familiar with. None of the very lights in the sky that you have always used to define your way are here. Whole new sets of reality are before you. You notice that you're heading towards the northeast, where research and development seems to be labeled. As you had turned with Tyrus to head back, you are now heading towards the northeast section. When you come back out, you notice there is a 4-way intersection, and you're following Tyrus straight ahead. Please, if there's any quick actions you'd like to take, be my guest.
I reach into my side bag and I pull out a spell book, and I would like to write down, I would like to trace out the sky right quick, just to give me an idea of tracking my surroundings and whatnot.
Absolutely. Please be my guest. You start etching it inside of your book. You can almost see little glowing lights following for every line you trace. Within quick work, you manage to make a very quick mental map, but it's not far off. As you are walking towards the main foyer, you see that there's a central map, it's kind of like a directory. It tells you how to go to everywhere, and you can see your mental map is matching perfectly to what is listed on the board.
After looking at my drawing, and I look back at the sky, and I just I long for home. These are not the stars that I'm familiar with.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. The one constellation that you seem to be tracing your finger over almost subconsciously is Orion, the hunter of the skies. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I close the book and put it away, and I follow my new friend.
You are following Tyrus at a nice cadet pace, heading towards the commissary. Our eye in the sky shifts to another part of Mars entirely, far from the main complex. We have 2 individuals Celine and Celestia inside an isolated building on the surface, watching as bits and pieces of genetic material are resynthesized into a singular entity over and over again. When last we had been together, they had seen a clone rapidly age and falter before their eyes. Celine, our perspective is with you in this moment. It is you and Celestia in this facility. Where does your mind call you? What piques your interest the most?
She go, right, okay. So now that I'm in this room, can I do an investigation or an investigation to see where this ripped page is, since I know that it was in this room?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's a 17 from the DM to try and locate the ripped page that you are looking for.
19!
Oh, not a problem. As you start kind of searching the nearby area, looking at all the tables and the research data that's laid out, various folders, the book releases a tiny pulse of light. And you see, nestled between two large volumes on astronomy and science theory, there is a fragment of a page sticking out.
I grab it.
As you grab the page, it glows before it disintegrates in your hands and reforms into the book. And as it does, you see an image. It is of a large, proud standing gentleman, draconic in ancestry, fire swirling around the body.
Celestia, dear, it's
Oh yeah,
showing
I'm
me
putting
an
the time on
image.
the clock.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, have fun. 4 minutes, you two. I want to see where this goes.
Celestia, dear, it's showing me an image of somebody draconic, or with the dragon descent. Is this your father? And I show.
Does he look like? Oh, looks familiar. I wouldn't really know if it was my father even if I saw it. It's been years.
I see. Well, it seems like we found a piece of the page. We could stay here, or we can continue looking for the other pages.
As you are offering that information on the table, I need for you to roll for me an insight, Celine. I've paused your roleplay time temporarily.
Okay.
This is important.
Okay.
I need you to roll better than a 22.
Not 20! Not 20!
Plus, what
24?
is your bonus?
24.
24. I just need to know the official number. Beautiful. On a 24, as you are looking at the page in the book and your eyes are scanning across the facility you're in, you notice that there is a trap door off to the far back corner of the room. And as your eyes are gazing over that door, you notice that another cell has been dropped into one of those replicator tanks. And much to your fascination, you're watching the cells develop and grow live. And I return the time to you now.
Quite interesting. This person is regenerating over and over again at the price of, well, not living long. Almost like a fly.
I see that. It's very fascinating.
But there's something that caught my eye. And she will turn towards the trapdoor. I want to know what's in there. And I would like to go and walk towards the trapdoor.
All right, you're very easily able to approach the trapdoor. You see that it is almost concave to the floor with a singular fingerprint lock on it and a pull tab.
A fingerprint and a what?
A fingerprint lock and a pull tab, almost like it's a release valve to open the door. But it seems to be locked with a fingerprint scanner.
How far into the regeneration process is that dude?
Barely starting this new cell. The last one literally disintegrated within minutes of coming out of the tube. But you have a new cell that is slowly being formed at the moment. It's going to take time before that clone activates.
Can I try and open it by myself?
You can try and scan your finger. Yep. Challenge from the DM. 27.
What do I have to use? What roll am I rolling?
Investigation.
Not gonna be able to get that. Even with the nat 20. Yeah, I have a nat 20, but it's 23.
Though you are trying valiantly, the machine continues to say biolock not recognized. Continued maintenance.
Well, now I
Seems
want
you'll have to try something. You'll have to try something else when the time comes. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn before we pass?
Look for any signs of magic.
I'll let you start investigating, and we'll see how it goes as we pop over to Celestia.
Okay.
Celestia, your ally has tried to access the biometric locked door before you, but is not having a lot of success. And you know whom the individual is that is being regenerated in the cloning cell tank. So, my question to you is, what is it you choose to do in this setting? You know you have your usual parts of a turn, but, let's see what you're going to do. I'm ever so curious.
I'd like to take a look at some of the technology that's around.
Mm-hmm. So you need an investigation roll.
Yes.
Give me that investigation and do that. There's a 14 for the DM.
Hold on, and then I gotta add plus the 16.
On a 16, you're able to recognize from your time at the facility now that this is definitely the work of Gaia Core's flag company, Evo Core. A lot of technology here that's similar to what you've seen on Sir Bell's internal manufacturing chips. So there's central computers, there's retina locks on everything so you can try and get into various databases. There's a genetic replicator. There's, of course, the cloning cells and the tanks and the incubation tubes. And there's that door in the back that has that biometric lock on it.
Just have an idea.
You have an idea?
Because don't I have, what do you call it? What is it called? Administrative thingamajigs, privileges.
Yes, you do. As a matter of fact, if you recall, you registered your very fingerprint to become one of the administrators of the Sahara complex.
I'm gonna use my fingerprint to do the thing on the trap door, because didn't you say it has a fingerprint like scanner thing?
Why, yes, it does. You very easily press your thumb to the door, and you hear it go, Director of Operations for Sahara Complex accepted. Thank you for visiting. Miss, name, not applicable. Please have a good day. You never put your name in when you registered your fingerprint. You just registered your fingerprint, Celestia.
That's such a me thing to do, though.
But you see that with a pneumatic hiss and a click, the door kind of swings up and open on its own. And you see a pair of stairs leading down into a dark corridor.
I know I have hold on. My other phone can let me. I believe I have light as one of my spells.
You would. You are literally a star child. You can generate light from your body as a free action.
My body.
That was part of your initial kit when you built it.
I'm gonna be shining bright like
Yes.
a diamond.
You're going to be shining like a something because you kind of like press your hands together and a little aura of light starts to emit from every bit of you. It's almost like the stars you are born from start to reflect light outward.
My goodness.
You cast a light.
Stick.
Do you choose to walk down into the stairwell?
Yes.
It's only a couple of steps you make down before you realize there is a very large central tank. All right. Now imagine, if you will, this room is about 100 foot by 150 foot, right? And in the very center is this large tank filled with numerous connective tubes that run everywhere throughout the facility. And sitting in the tank, suspended, various bits and pieces of their limbs, just connected by thin frames of wiring, is an entity you recognize. They have long silvery hair, a bristly mustache, kind of an unusual built frame. You know this to be Ollivander.
I was about to say Ollivander? That you, huh? No, just kidding. I'm gonna
The entity is non-responsive to tank.
Is there a thing, like a pad, like a stand there that has like a piece of technology on it that I can control to look at the stuff for the tank?
Yes, there is a biometrics interface. Yes, indeed there is. You wish to try and activate it and see what you can learn?
Yes, I do.
This is going to be a targeted investigation roll, so no advantage, none of your stat bonuses. This is flat against the DM. That's a 12.
That's a 17.
Due to the fact that you are listed as administrator of the Sahara complex, files start pouring out of the interface directly in front of you. And you know it's touchscreen, so you can easily click on each one. You notice that this Ollivander in this tank is indeed the original one listed as head of operations for Sahara complex. And it seems he was placed in this tank 100 years ago.
Well, shit.
Based on the date that's been listed. But no, there seems to be vital signs inside the tank. Weak, but there. You see that there is indeed listed signs of life. He's being kept in some type of stasis. And as you're watching, a singular piece of flesh is removed by a thin wire and sent down one of the connecting tubes. And it goes up through the floor.
Am I able to find a way to, like, talk to him, like, if he was less weak?
I mean, you do have telepathic powers.
Like,
Are you going to try and reach into the mind?
I'm gonna try.
All right. Here's where we have fun. Flash challenge from the DM. You're going to roll a D10 against me. No D20 bonuses, just a D10. Can you outmaneuver the DM? Let's see. It's a 7 on a D10. Looking good for me. For once. Yeah, I said it.
I'm trying to... Hold on.
No worries. If it wouldn't be technical difficulties, it wouldn't be D&D. Praying to the dice gods, will they have favor and fortune?
Bruh.
I guess not. Do you need me to roll a D10 for you?
And that's a nat 1.
Oh no! This is not the one you wanted to have a 1 on!
No.
So, your psychic self leaves your body like an astral projection and starts to head towards the body of Ollivander. And everything is going smooth at first until your consciousness is pulled into a burning black void inside the mind. You find yourself in a blackened chamber, obsidian-colored walls reflecting very minimal amounts of light everywhere. And in the center, you see a much younger Ollivander. Dark chestnut hair, strong build. But this is where you are. You are inside the mind of Ollivander, but this doesn't seem like the Ollivander you've ever seen. This seems unnatural, dark, and twisted. Do you say anything to the entity before you?
I'm just kind of like, hello?
Your voice echoes infinitely louder by the second as each syllable is heard, pulling into infinity. The entity just cocks his head at you, intrigued, before your psychic self is blasted out of the room, forcibly thrown back into your body, which makes you crash to the ground in pain. You take, due to psychic damage reclash, 4 points of psychic damage due to the connection being forcibly broken by the entity.
Okay.
If you had rolled higher, you might have been able to keep the connection strong. But you notice something has happened. After your connection to the mind, the flesh starts to turn dark inside the tank. And little threads of muscle and sinew start to connect to the floating pieces of limbs nearby.
Damn.
Anything else you want to do in your turn?
I'm gonna, like, investigate the room more.
All right. Please roll for me on investigation. Better than a 3. Like it's only one better than a 2.
5.
On a 5, you notice that some of the various bits of technology are starting to power down, and warning signs are starting to flash everywhere. Warning, imminent hull breach. Warning, contamination levels rising. Warning, radiation levels rising. Warning, emergency power failing. Warning, containment field failing. And when you see containment field failing, you feel a rumble through the whole facility. And we pass our perspective to our first player once more. Sir Bell the Bear. Now, Sir Bell, there are 2 forms of you at any given time. Are you choosing to stay in your bear form, or do we find out what's been happening with your other half? Well, I believe the bear has had some technical difficulties. Has the bear reloaded his authenticated system? Is Windows reloaded on that bear frame?
Yeah, for some reason I was talking, but it wouldn't go through. Anyway, I just said yeah. let's just go
Bear.exe
over-
failed to execute. So you're gonna switch to your other body?
I wish to.
Our perspective. Oh yes, our perspective switches entirely from Venus, away to another planet entirely. See, the main body of Sir Bell has gone back to Terra. We see within a ruined office building, somewhere within what used to be the metropolitan city of New York, there is a high-rise apartment complex, if you will, that has been, let's say, fixed up, for lack of a better word. Current operating base and you, Sir Bell, have just gotten done having your newest body's applications, meaning you've been updated, you have been charged, you have some new combat abilities. But more to it, you are in a meeting room, and there are two individuals with you. One you recognize as a very well-dressed gentleman in a white suit with a black underside shirt, white hat with a black feather. You know this to be an entity called Whistler. The other gentleman you have yet to be introduced to. He kind of sizes your metallic frame up, muttering to himself about rust bucket droids, before he flicks a little switch on his wrist, and a video screen pops up. On this screen, you see a very well-dressed gentleman in a black brocade suit, pinstriping along the sides, brims and handkerchiefs set in the pockets. Atop his head, he has a pair of bent backwards ram's horn with a singular pilot-style flame atop of each. Before you stands an entity who calls himself Balthagor. To whom do you choose to respond?
I would like to take off my hat, put it to my chest. Good evening to the both of you. I am at your service once more.
Mr. Whistler, as you know him, kind of snickers to himself a little bit, taking a drag of one of his cigars before he addresses you. My, I'm so glad we had a chance to work together, Mr. Bell. Your technological advances have given ourselves the ability to elevate this little shitty dirt hole we call Terra. Imagine so many human souls, and we get to reap the benefit of their suffering. Ain't that just capitalist of us? Just you wait, Mr. Bale. We have a big plan in store for you. Ain't that right, Mr. Balthagor, was it? I mean, I've only met you today. Can't expect me to know it all. As Whistler takes a second to, straighten his lapel, pull on his cigar, take himself a moment of realization, feeling like the big man he is, his skin starts to turn an epoxy blue. Veins start to bulge everywhere. See, unbeknown to him, his very link to existence has just been snuffed out. As a space cowboy lays dead on the surface of Venus, the very existence of Whistler unmakes itself as the body crumples into a ball of flesh and lightning before vanishing with a wink. Balthagor, with his eyes wide with mirth, releases this unusually demonic laugh. Just deep and bellows, I've been waiting. He kind of smiles.
Waiting for.
I've been waiting for that flashback to die. How hard it's been keeping him on the book when he barely does what he's paid for. Now, I need never deal with him again. And I have you to thank. Thank you, Mr. Bell.
I no longer go by that name, sir. You may call me.
And what did I call you? You may.
The first robot to truly exist beyond humanity.
I'll be keeping that in mind. For now, I've a place you to go. He brings forth a holographic projection before you, and you see you're headed to a place that you would know to be in Terra's Corn Belt. You're heading to the Deep South. Before you is a glimmering portal. It's like a swirl.
I asked, what is it you need done?
That is a facility that's still running. barely on the power of the sun. But you see, we need the last of the Evo. If we're to take back this shithole of a planet, we need the last of the Sim. So head for it. We need it.
I understand very well. May there...
Do you choose to enter the glowing portal?
Yes. And before I go through the portal, I say, may thee survive in this terrible land you call Terra. And then I walk into the portal.
As you walk through the portal, you fail to see a very large, sinister smirk spreading across Balthagor's face. He leans back with his feet upon the desk, literally presenting a large cigar from nothing, colored black with emblems on it. And every time he drags, there's little demonic symbols that fill the air. He takes a moment to laugh uproariously, as if everything is going his way. You, Sir Bell, as you pass through the portal, or should I call you Unimate, you come from the portal to what seems to be a thriving society almost on Terra. As if maybe somehow here in the Corn Belt, humanity found a way to rebuild. And that is where we leave you for now, Sir Bell, as we pass to our second player for the day. Tyrus! Now, Tyrus, you have been walking with Morgan for a little bit of time, making your way towards the commissary. I'll say you very easily managed to find it by this stage. You know that there's auto-vat vendors. You can easily walk up, select types of food or various types of drinks if necessary, and it will literally create it from errant molecules. What do you choose to order?
Anything that non-perishables, preferably.
You see, after hitting a couple of inputs on the interface and slamming your palm down, a couple of combat-style MREs are generated. You know them to be high-fiber, high-protein meals that you can easily eat in the field.
I kind of scrunch my face as I select them to be made.
I understand. After all, survival is above taste. But you have those MREs, and I'll allow you to put them into your inventory. They'll allow you to replenish half of your HP pool on a singular consumption. And you can give them to allies, not just yourself. You have 3 rations.
All right.
So it is you and Morgan.
She wants some.
You mean Morgan?
Oh, Morgan. Wait. Yeah.
No worries. No worries. Yes, I will mute. I will put 4 minutes on the clock. Have fun with you two.
You want something to eat? There's plenty here.
You know, now that I think about it, I'm famished.
Select what you want. This thing can make nearly anything.
Anything?
Nearly. Not everything. Mainly food items.
Okay. What about a mushroom burger?
You know, I should have thought about it. I think I'll get one of those myself, too.
Time is paused. If you would like to, Morgan, you may select from the machine if you can get a mushroom burger. Would you like to?
Yeah, of course.
As you walk up to the automat, it kind of scans your body, recognizing some of your preferences. As your hand kind of reaches out and presses one of the buttons, ooh, what does this button do? Doink. You see that it produces not just a mushroom burger, but the replication of a mushroom from your homeland. Lavender caps. Time is returned to you both.
What kind of mushrooms are those? Never seen that.
These-
Never seen that.
These are from my home planet.
Oh,
You want to try one?
I did remember they had a. You know what? I'll have a good. I take a like tiny little. Just
Morgan giggles and just like downs the
That's
rest
pretty
of
good.
it. Yeah, so
Morgan, as
you're gonna.
you're watching with Mirth, I need our wonderful Tyrus to roll me for wild magic because his body is not compatible with lavender caps.
Oh no!
Oh yes, see, Morgan is from a land where these mushrooms are natural, but they are not something you've ever encountered. Roll for me a d10 and I'll tell you what happens for your wild magic.
Oh, dear Christ! It's gonna get me.
What did you get?
I got an 8.
Oh no. On an 8, as you are ingest this mushroom.
What do you mean, oh no?
Your entire body breaks out in very fine feathers, like very small down feathers.
Am I an avian now? Wait.
No, you are still you, but your whole body has just broken out in minor down feathers. You have rolled feather skin. Time return.
What the? What
I'm
kind of
sorry.
mushrooms were those?
I guess I can fix that. Hold on. Maybe I can fix that.
I would love for you to fix that. I don't want feathers for skin. They even hurt when I pull at them.
So, she's gonna freak out and just throw like, not knowing if this is going to work, and I know it's not, but I'm going to throw cure wounds at him, just for some kicks and giggles at a 3rd level.
Oh, that's perfect. Because you're from Evernight, you're used to magic working in the opposite. So, as you're expecting this not to happen, as the healing magics wash over, you see all of the feathers slowly just fall off of his body. Like there's just a pile of feathers at his feet now.
You're welcome. You can pay me back by getting me out of here. Soon. Today, please.
That's fine. We've got enough. We've got enough rations. We can hit the ship deck right now. My ship should be the fastest in there.
So you're just going to try and make your way towards the spaceport, I take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Morgan, you and Tyrus are making your way directly towards the spaceport, which is attached to the main facility. You'll have to go to the surface of the planet to reach it. So, you and Tyrus are making your way. I'll say that is the majority of Tyrus' actions, just because of how much ground you got to cover. So, that'll bring us to our 3rd person for the day, Louis. Now, Louis, you had literally had enough time after being forced back into the hole by the white hair covered monster creature, whatever it was, that to your perspective, you didn't have a lot of time to really study it. But you had enough time to see that your ally was blasted in the chest and lay dead, and you grabbed that hat on the way back. So you're in the tunnel. You've got the hat. The adrenaline is pumping. Where do we address where you're going? What are you going to do? Are you going to try and go back out into the fray, or are you going to head further down the tunnel?
I am going to try heading down into the tunnel more.
Okay, so you slowly, well, I wouldn't even say slowly at this point, because you're still kind of adrenaline, so you're kind of booking it down this tunnel. You're easily able to catch up with Sir Bear, who's made his way down further into the warren, where it slowly opens up into a much wider antechamber. And as you're inside the antechamber, you see that there's all types of bone fragments and various pieces of frozen flesh all over the place. It's as if you found some type of animal cave or a den of sort.
I want to roll for investigation.
Please do. That is a 16 on the die.
16 also.
Matching the DM. Beautiful. As you were kind of scanning your eyes around, you notice that there's some rudimentary living supplies. A makeshift bed, a small fire pit. Whoever has been here has converted this into a lair of survivability. And you notice there's white hair strewn everywhere.
I look at the bear. Hey, yo, Yogi. See what I'm saying?
I don't know, do I?
I would say yes, you'd be able to see what's going on, Sir Bear. You have been in the warren with him. You're right next to him.
I guess my instincts did warn me of something. Or rather, the bear's instincts. You see, obviously, the, cyborg half doesn't really react, but you see, the legs or whatever that's left of it, the hair would stand on end, I feel like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The bear hairs are standing up.
I approach my way into the center of the room.
All right. You feel that the ice here is cracking a little under your feet.
Holy shit. Yo, Yogi, what do you see? What do you see around you?
Do you want me to make a perception check?
I'll say you got the same 16 in this case. You both were in immediate vicinity, so there's no reason for you to have to do that separate. You see that you're in the ice cavern. It's almost like been domed out on the inside to protect against the elements. There's the small fire pit. There's the hammock that's been laid up like a little bedroll. You see that there's hair in various places, bones and discarded pieces of frozen flesh. And you see where your ally Louis has stepped, there's hairline cracks forming in the ice rapidly by the second.
I know it's not my turn. Can I do a strength check to pull him?
I'll allow that. I will allow that. Strength check is going to be a 15 or higher.
Okay. 8. Just an 8.
Nope. I'm afraid, though, you are thinking the right way. You do not have enough time to grab onto Louis, to throw him onto your back as the ice beneath you and Louis cracks. And you start free falling down beneath the ice. Louis, you are literally in free fall with a giant bear who is technically falling at the same rate you are due to gravity. What do you do?
Am I able to grab onto something?
Yes. If you try to do dexterity save, I say you could try to grab onto something while you're in free fall.
I'm going for a dexterity save.
That is an 18 for the DM.
That is a 19 for the player.
Oh, man. Oh, on that 19, you have two options you can grab onto. You can try and grab onto one of the sides of the wall, the ice cavern, and hope that you catch, or you could grab onto the falling bear.
Now, if I try grabbing onto the cavern, is there enough time that I grab onto the bear too, or no?
You're going to try and grab a full bear with your human strength? I mean, you want to, okay, we can try it. I mean, we can try it.
Okay, let's do it.
No.
We're going to do it.
Okay, never saw a person. Guess we're about to see a wishbone moment happen here today, folks.
Nat 20.
All right. Oh, okay. So the 18 you're easily able to grab. You got a nat 20?
Yep.
Okay. DM rolled a nat 1.
Yes!
Nat 1 on the table. So you have just enough time to like reach out and grab a tuft of that hair and some of that metal in your hand, and you grab the rock, like the icy rock wall behind you. You're still sliding down due to the weight, but you have held on. You're not just in free fall. You're now being dragged down the tunnel by the weight. You're not taking any damage, but the weight of the bear is dragging you to the bottom.
Hijo de puta, hijo de puta. Fucking hell.
I suggest you let
The
go.
seconds pass.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4 seconds of free fall before bam into the ground. Due to the fact that you slowed the descent with your hand along the wall and holding onto the bear for dear life, none of you take concussive damage. None of you take fall damage. But now you're at the bottom of an icy ravine, and all you can see is a tiny blip of light above you from where you fell.
You fucking owe me. You fucking owe me, bear.
Yeah, it seems like I do owe you the life of this
Oh,
bear.
most definitely. Oh, most definitely. I take out my scar just to observe the area.
You do what, Louis?
I take out my scar
Right.
rifle, and just to
You take out your scar rifle.
Yeah, just to get ready, just
All
in
right,
case.
so you've got your rifle. Oh yeah, I'd say you should. You know how all the hair on the bear's legs stood up as if something is calling at those instincts? Well, you're noticing that all the hairs are raised on the body of the bear as you hear a low, rumbling growl inside the cavern. And it's not Sir Bear.
Please tell me that's your stomach.
It is not.
Great.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Louis, before we pass turn?
I'm gonna toss a grenade into that little area wherever the growl's coming from.
You're going to throw a grenade in an ice cavern towards an unknown... Okay. You pull the pin on the ionic grenade, you count a couple of seconds, and you huck that thing like it's a Hail Mary. And we'll come back to what happens in a little bit. Morgan, you're next on the docket. You have just watched your ally have to deal with the fact that they grew feathers from trying some of your homeland's native foods. You were able to undo the magic very easily. But I still wonder what's going to happen for you now. You've gotten some MREs, and you're heading with Tyrus towards the docking bay and the shipyard, where people can leave the surface of the planet if they're able to. My question is, where does the perspective find you? Where do your eyes track? Do tell.
I don't know. I guess I just follow Tyrus and be very cautious because I feel trapped, and this is metal, I'm assuming, all around me. This is not the woods. So I'm very out of my element.
Understandable. Yeah, there's a lot of clear plastics and hard metallic surfaces. You do see that there are some potted plants inside the facility because they're trying to give some semblance of the touch of home. But you don't hear a lot of voices whispering from these plants. almost as if they're artificial in nature.
I send out a prayer to my God, and I'm just like, these poor plants.
As you say a prayer to your god, seeking to feel nature once more, one of the fake plants nearby glows a golden light before you see the leaves unfurl on their own and the petals of the flower open up to take in sunlight from the surface of the planet. By calling to your god to bring life to the lifeless, you have now created reanimated flesh.
I poke at Tyrus and just like, look what I did.
Wonderful. As you're like pointing your finger out, you notice that the flower is kind of waving in a pattern that you recognize as the language of flowers. From your homeland, you're able to speak with nature and understand its message. As you're watching this plant sway, your eyes widen in horror as it's giving you a warning. There is something coming. Would you roll for your investigation to see if you really know?
Yeah, sure.
Please do. And roll higher than the challenge. Aha, it's a 2. Oh no, a 2! Of all the times!
That's a 16.
Oh, on a 16, you notice that the plant is telling you that there is something unnatural coming towards the spaceport. It is lumbering and smells of decay and rot. The plants do not know what to call this creature, for it has only recently been given life, but it can sense the disruption in nature. Only a couple of moments of following Tyrus that you're able to make it to the air barrier. Now, your magics act very similar to how an Enviro suit would, giving you the ability to turn literal vacuum of space into oxygen for you to breathe. It is cold on the surface, colder than you expected.
So I want to reach out and I want to touch Tyrus and I want to cast protection from evil and good on him.
Beautiful. Not a problem. You lay a hand on Tyrus' shoulder in a almost comforting way, and you layer the protections in. Okay, they are covered in extra protection. That means they get an extra AC and advantages, right?
Let me click back on it. Where did it go? Oh no.
I want to say when you do that, they get an entire buff to their armor class stuff.
Can't be possessed or gain the charmed or frightened condition from them. Advantage on saving throws against the relevant effect.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, it temporarily acts like a little extra bump to the armor and giving defense against the undead. That's what I thought it was. Okay, perfect. The magic seep into your alley almost against his knowledge, because it's like he's not used to a lot of magic here in the land of science and space. So it almost kind of escapes his notice. You know what I mean? Like he registers your hand being placed, but he doesn't feel the magic sinking in. You stand on the surface of Mars, so far from the very nature you are used to being within. You can see stars clearer than you've ever seen from your homeland, but they are not your stars. You see the endless expanse of the universe before you. And off in the distance, you can see that there is a small building with various ships. This is known as the telemetry building.
Your ship, Cyrus, is in there?
I'll put 4 minutes on the clock. Go ahead and have a little fun with this.
Yeah, it should be in here. I can't exactly remember where it was. We can head to the terminal. It should have locations of all ships documented.
Were you intoxicated when you left it?
Sorry?
Were you intoxicated when you left it? You don't remember where it's at?
No, it's just that I haven't left. I don't think.
That's unfortunately bad, Jerry.
But we can just.
I will say, due to some technical difficulties that are going on, that both of you have made it very easily over towards the main telemetry building. There are indeed a number of ships in the spaceport, but much to the confusion of a Tyrus, as he's looking over the port, and you see the confusion in his eyes, he does not see his ship here. What else would you like to do on your turn, Morgan? I'm ever so curious.
There is an instant of black smoke and a black figure appears and looks Tyrus dead in the eyes and says, "Get me off this fucking planet now."
Oh, beautiful. Would you care to describe what this entity looks like?
He is solid black with pointy ears, about 5 foot tall, wears, what does she wear? Some leathers. We'll go with leathers. Black leathers. Nothing too descriptive about her. Piercing red eyes. Other than that.
I see. Is this an entity that you have summoned to the plane?
No, this is not. This is Jane.
I see. Perfect. As the entity is near you, you are on the surface. Tyrus is looking for his ship. I need you to roll for me a dexterity save. That's an 8. It hurt.
17.
On a 17, you are very easily able to, like, the little hairs on the back of your neck widen. The entity kind of like shifts a little bit subconsciously. As you move, a Eldritch Blast style beam goes firing past your head, whizzing by millimeters, enough to make your hair fly by the kinetic force. You see that there is a glowing undead, and it has just shot beams from its eyes. You know this to be a rad after seeing some of the mentions through the logs and things. But you've never seen anything like this. You've seen the undead in your homeland, but nothing like this. Never anything like this. What do you do?
Do I get the feeling that this is friend or foe? Or do I get that feeling?
You get the feeling this is foe. You get the feeling this is foe. This entity is hungry for flesh.
Then I immediately cast Hex.
Oh, Hex. Please. Tell me what Hex does. So those are not familiar, no.
It gives an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. Also chooses an ability when you cast a spell. Choose an ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on the ability checks made within the chosen ability. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Hex the undead. The armor class is a 16, so please hit higher than that 16 in order to smack it with your hex from a distance.
That is a 19.
Oh yeah, you're gonna smash it with that hex. It's like it's not used to the presence of magic very much, so it has an effect. Roll that damage.
Hex is actually a bonus action,
first?
and you don't. It's whatever you like. If I were to add Eldritch Blast and then tack on the Hex, that's how it goes.
Oh, okay, I understand. So, what is the primary thing you're doing as the attack that the Hex is following behind?
I am doing an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, the blast. Hit me with it. What's the damage?
Well, I went ahead and re-rolled because I wanted to go for what I actually went for, and I made it with a 22. So.
Oh, beautiful. As a matter of fact, since you managed to do over a 20, you're going to crit on that damage. So double the damage dice.
2 beams. Oh, boy. I don't have enough dice, guys. Haha. No, I do.
Now that I know to be an almost farce.
Okay, I don't have enough dice.
Imagine you not having dice. Well, that means we're just going to have to order more from the Dice Goblin. That being said, what have you got for the damage?
Okay, hold on. Patience is a virtue tier.
I have it in spades.
24
Beautiful.
on the first round. On that, I didn't do the hex yet, so give me a sec.
You got it.
Yeah, 8 on the hex. So, going to see the 32?
Beautiful. Yeah, that's 32 points, and you hex which ability and or stat?
Let's go with Dex.
Shit. Okay, Dex. it's almost like that's my creature's one name to fame. You hexed it. I mean, beautiful, wonderful play. Wonderful play. That was gorgeous. That damage, those beams rip into the undead. Like, you leave chunks out of the shoulder from how much damage you've done. But much to your confusion, the flesh starts to net back together very slowly. It feels the damage, and its stat is indeed hex. But you notice that this creature slowly regenerates over time. Is there any other action you can take?
No. I'm going to look at and slowly back away if I can. Like, take a few steps back.
I'll allow you to take the disengage action for free. Yeah, I'll let you take up to 15-foot movement for free. We'll call it disengage, but I'll let you back up. Like, you blasted it and you noticed it's healing, like, uh-oh, and the slow steps backward, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you go up to 15 feet. How far do you want to step back? 5, 10, or 15?
15.
All right, you take the full 15-foot step back. Beautiful. And that should hop us over to another part of the planet. Still within the bioengineering lab in the cloning facility, we find Celine, who has been trying to find access errant amounts of magic within the facility while following down the stairwell where Cody had managed to open the access hatch. So, Celine, we come to you, still within the facility. You've managed to walk down the stairwell behind your ally, seeing you're in the large chamber. All the warnings are going off. You're seeing the little black tendrils connecting to the flesh inside the tank. This is where we find you. So, how do you address the world before you?
Is Celestia still in that little psychic link with this guy?
Oh no, she was long blown back out of that. That's why she took that psychic damage. Like, she took like a step back from the interface when it happened. So you see that she's back into her own mind, but things are going off around you within the facility.
Can I see a system or something that can tell me what is happening? Why are the things beeping or going off?
I will allow you to. Yeah, I'll let you walk up to one of the interfaces and see if you can try and get some telemetry data or more. So, activating your natural proclivity to get your hands on things and test, please roll for me higher than a 17.
17?
And this is, with no bonuses. This is just a flat D20 roll.
17.
So you match the DM. Not a problem. On that 17, you see that there's warning signs going off about critical power being moved around, re-engaging what's known as Reanimation Protocol 001. You have enough time to log this information as a fist inside the tank slams against the glass. And it doesn't crack right away. You hear a loud thud. And you hear like muffled screeches and noises coming from within the tank. Bang on the tank. Bang on the tank even louder. The sudden sound of shattering glass.
Oh,
what do you do?
Nice. Can I insight to see if this thing is dead or alive? More or less undead or actual human.
Oh yeah, you can. Do for me a knowledge arcana on this one. And do better than a 19.
Oh, I'm good at arcana. Oh, 17 plus 5. 22.
That would be 22, correct?
Yes.
On a 22, you see that this entity is slowly going from what was natural life to... It's not even undead. It's not classified as live or dead. You see that this thing is classified as an automaton. It is continually regrowing flesh, made entirely out of artificial means. There is no human or mortal left to this entity.
Oh god, now I want to know if it's friend or foe.
It is foe.
Oh. I will kind of not grab, but more like almost kind of like press her back, saying, Celestia, get back. This thing is not friendly.
All right. Doing that, I will allow Celestia to have a +1 to their next roll due to you giving them an advanced warning.
Can I prepare an action?
I will allow it. Absolutely. I mean, after all, the glass of the tank just cracked, and you're starting to see black, putrescent goo-like substance slowly pour out of the crack.
Oh.
And you see the body being converted to this liquid form on the way out.
I will prepare action. I will cast Chaos Bolt if it tries to attack us.
All right, you have Chaos Bolt readied at the finger, and I will allow it as a quick action if time comes. But now, that would bring us to our 6th player, Celestia, who is right next to you. Celestia, you've been given your +1 bonus for an advanced warning as you are noticing the crack in the tank happen, and the body starts to slowly form out, taking on this black, putrescent goo-like state. What do? What's your first instinct?
Hold on, I gotta find my sheet again.
I understand. Again, if it wouldn't be technical difficulties, it wouldn't be D&D. And while we're dealing with these technical difficulties, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be ready for the next episode of Interstellar Dystopia when we post it, let alone some of the beautiful compilations we have coming your way. So, having any luck finding your sheet?
Yeah, give me like 2 seconds.
1 and a fraction, 1 and a decimal point. I'm kidding. I'm
going to cast something. I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay. How are you choosing to use your Ray of Frost, just so that I'm aware?
I'm hitting the glass.
You're going to try and seal over the glass?
Yeah.
I will say the difficulty in order to shape the glass around the goo trying to leave, that is going to be a nat 1. Why? It's a nat 1. Roll anything.
6.
On a 6. You have no issue. It's almost like the ice is following your will as it creates this inches thick layer of, covering between the glass and the outside environment. And you see that the goo is having a problem processing past that ice. It is being contained temporarily. You don't know how long it'll hold, but you've managed to force it in for now. So what do?
I want to try to communicate.
You're going to try and communicate with the monster again?
Yes.
Mentally or verbally this time?
Mentally.
Okay, roll for psychic interaction. You're better than 12, otherwise something bad's gonna happen.
Out of 17.
You are able this time to re-enter the mental palace, only this time it is not a darkened obsidian jail cell almost. It is a flat white plain, various clouds of indiscriminate shape and density flowing in the skies, wheat flowing in a field around you in an open expanse of white. But you can see no entity within. You can sense no mind within. All you sense is emptiness and blankness. You sense the essence of purgatory.
Can I since I'm in the entity's head, can I look around?
Oh, absolutely. All you see is endless fields of this flowing wheat and these clouds in the sky. You can sense no thought within the body. You can sense no feelings within the body. It's almost as if it has no mind. You are just in an empty body.
So if I said something to the mind, would it respond?
You'll only hear your own voice. Anything that you would know to be Ollivander is not here.
It's gone.
Do you choose to exit the mind? What are you thinking?
Wanna stay.
All right. As you decide to stay within the mind of the body, almost mirror-like object of sorts appears before you. It seems to be like a crystal with mirrored sides. And you can see to the outside world. You can see the black putrescent limbs slamming against the ice. You can see your own body on the other side, in concentration, holding your connection of the mind. You can see Celine nearby, ready with that wicked bolt in the finger. But you can sense no thought, just action from the body. Something or someone is controlling it.
I has idea.
What is your idea before we pass to our next player?
Can I attempt to like not take control, but like at least give it like a bit of like resistance to attacking? Like not that it's not going to attack.
You're trying to. Okay. So you're trying to detract it, like you're trying to take away its aggro?
Yeah.
All right, so that would be pacify. You're going to try and pacify the entity from within its mind. I'll give you a bonus on the dice. Challenge to beat nat 20 from DM. You do at least get a +1, but can you hit that number?
And that would be that would be under what thing to give me?
That would be under Arcana. That would be under your Arcana, because you're using your magic to affect something. So that would be Arcana.
That would be a 24, actually.
On a 24, you have no issue sending out a pacifying pulse into the land around you. And you see that the goo kind of like slows to a reluctant halt, pressing against the glass, almost in an unusual emulgent of a hand seeking freedom from a cage. And with that, we pop to our first player for the day. Sir Bell. Or should I say, not Sir Bell.
I'm ready.
Unimate, as you have passed through that blackened, swirling portal, you appear in this thriving society. Seems to be like a small little civilization, if you will, maybe a couple hundreds people, cultivating the cornfield, producing things like fuels and carbon items for use. You see that there's rudimentary huts. Some buildings from old society has been completely renovated and used. There's a central kind of government being established, as if people are trying to rebuild Terra from what it once was. But will they get the chance? You are the first entity on the scene. What is it you choose to do?
You said there was a cornfield, right?
Oh yeah, there's a big old cornfield. You're in the corn belt, my good robot man.
Am I like in it, or am I like I can see in a distance?
Okay, you're at the very edges of it. So let's say once you exited the portal, there was kind of like this large bluff. And as you come up to the top of the bluff, you can see that you are looking above the cornfield from below. And there is the town in the distance. Not far from the cornfield. Little dirt road connecting it.
I would like to set the cornfield on fire.
I hoped you would. The difficulty for you activating your flamethrower or plasma torch attachment and lighting the cornfield ablaze.
What do you want me to roll?
Perfect time for Dan to get a nat 1. Yes, but no, but yes. I rolled a nat 1. I'm sorry. The universe could not save itself. So, since I rolled a nat 1, tell me how you set this field on fire.
I simply take off the little latch where my flamethrower / flame bolt is, and I just go up to the nearest thing of corn and just blast it pretty much. To start a simple small fire that will evolve into something greater.
Oh yeah. See, Unimate, you are not quite used to your new enhancements that were given to you by Balthagor, where you thought it was going to be a very small little firebolt. You release a full-scale fireball. There is a burnt circle of 20-foot radius around you as a giant stream of fire jets out of your attachment and starts roasting the dried corn stalk. You hear people screaming in agony as they were in the fields picking and gathering the corn for a recent harvest. One by one, people fall to the flame. People run from their buildings, searching, trying to be of support. But the flames grow ever faster. They never imagined something could set such a blaze so quick. Before most of the people have an opportunity to even think, half of their building is already down. Their huts are collapsing. Roasted bodies are in the field. One man in particular, with a large scar over his left eye, barely able to walk with a cane, looks at you from a distance, seeing your silhouette lit up against the flames of the corn. What do you do?
Old man, do you have any intention to stop me? Or shall I break in?
But I do believe I don't have much time left. So I'll take you with me. You see his body start to bulge in places, as where once was a very frail old man, now stands a large blackened lupine. There is a lycanthrope charging directly towards you.
I roll my robotic eyes and say, a painful death it is, old man.
What is your armor class?
It is 16 right now, but before the patch update of evil, I guess, because I don't know if you plan to change
The
it or
evil
not.
update the evil update increased your armor class to a 17.
Okay.
That is a 12. So this big burly like Lupin man with this carved scar over his face is trying to charge at you full bodily, but you're used to it. It's almost as if your processor is going faster than normal. You very easily glide to the left and unleash fire itself on this entity. Now, I'm going to give you an option. Will you channel a precious metal into your flame? Due to your upgrade, you can now take things like sulfur, magnesium, copper, iron, or silver and apply it to your weaponry.
Interesting. I do not need it. I don't think I need it for this man. He seems quite lost in his anger.
Oh yeah, I need you to roll for me the damage that you've done to this Lupin. Using your arm. I'll give you double damage on it.
Do I have to go get the fireball spell? Because I only had the fireball.
You can use Firebolt to just double the damage.
Okay.
Okay, it's like if augmented Firebolt does the same as a fireball, basically.
So 20. That's double damage. I got a 10.
On 20 points of damage, right, you blast the damn Lupin man further across back than you expect. Like, he goes flying through the air, landing in a half-burning hut. He's not getting up real easy. He might be a Lupin, but he is old, at the end of his life. His regeneration is not working as well as it used to. In fact, the very areas that you blasted with fire have now turned white in his attempt to kick in his healing, and it's just not working.
I gave you the chance, old man. You desire to die this way, I give you what you desire.
Is there another action you wish to take, Unimate?
I still have spells left, right?
You do indeed have one spell action you can take before we wrap things up for today. Due to the weather, things are getting harder to maintain.
How far would you say he is?
I'd say, due to the fact that you blasted him out of a house, he's about 50 foot away from you. You could easily overclock in order to handle him if you wanted.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to overclock within 15 feet of him and upcast Thunderwave.
Oh, absolutely. The old man starts to, pull his body up out of the rubble. You see that the white fur is still staying behind where the damage was. You hear him groaning, grumbling, trying to make way, and his eyes widen as, within a blink of an eye, you're within his safe zone. Cast your spell.
15.
No issue. Old man's armor class is a 5. What do you do for damage with that thunder?
Oh, that was the damage because it's a 13 con.
Oh, it's a save. Oh, okay. I wish you told me it was a con save. I thought it was just flat damage you were rolling.
No. My bad.
Right. The 15 points of damage on top of the fireball that it ate to the face, on top of the concussive damage from slamming into the roof. The old wolf has enough time to stretch his hand towards you with a vengeful but weak look as all the strength falls from his body. He's slain in the rubble, trying to defend his people. As you turn from the body, you hear the screams of agony of all of the innocents you have now set ablaze. All around you, there is the smell of burnt corn, burnt flesh, and the cries of despair.
Finally,
And that
place where I
is
belong.
where we end our session. Yeah, that's exactly where we're going to end our session today. With Sir Bell setting fire to the cornfields, some of our allies getting ready to deal with some dangerous entities, and even more trying to make their way off the planet. Whatever will happen when we next meet? Find out next week on Interstellar Dystopia.